There has been a lot of problems because we did not have any guidelines, any policies in place.
We need somebody who can really advise us how to keep information and all those things.
The biggest challenge of many small organizations like ourselves is finding skilled people to work within the program.
VSO is looking for skilled people in order to change lives in developing countries. One example is, of course, Randstad adopting a livelihoods goal where they can put their best people to help VSO.
So we have strong belief that companies have no reason to exist if they don't add value to the society in which they function. And of course, that's our core activity, because putting people to work already means that we improve people's life. But we want to do something extra. By working with VSO, we can have the possibility to create a story all over the world. So it's a good match, because all of our opcos can actually play a role in this cooperation.
We're looking for IT skills, we're looking for financial skills, we're looking for HR skills, we're looking for fundraising skills. So we're looking for all those skills that make organizations stronger, so that people can help themselves.
So it was obvious that if we could help in selecting people from all over the world, that would be the perfect match. So that's how we defined in the end that VSO indeed would be the ideal partner for us.
So many of the target audiences that I work with have got brilliant ideas of how to produce, how to become more effective. They just lack the means of getting there. Volunteers from Randstad provide the answers.
In the database?
I think from our perspective, particularly with the partnership with Randstad, we have access really to a lot of volunteers with very specific skills. So that for us in country, when we're negotiating a new placement with a partner, there's a much greater sense of certainty that we can say, actually, yes, we can get you somebody with this skill and this background.
I wanted to go abroad and gain more experience in the HR field. And for me, this was a great way of doing that. As a volunteer, I worked for HISA in Namibia. I worked as an HR development advisor. HISA is a local NGO, and they're based in one of the townships. They have a school for children who can't go to the normal schools anymore. It's called a bridging school.
Our organization at that time did not have adequate systems. So when Saskia came in, she just jumped in and became part of the team. And the most important part is together we identified the problems and together we charted out the solutions.
Since the VSO person has been here, attendance has improved tremendously, and that is a boost to the organization. The children are now, they are having people who are committed.
I developed some instruments, for example, an HR manual, but also contracts and job descriptions. Well, and hopefully they're using those things right now.
In Ethiopia, they were looking for an IT network engineer, and that's what exactly I'm doing in Brussels. I had to build up an IT network for the government of education in Awassa.
Within Randstad, I work at strategy, planning and control, so it's a financial department. I'm doing two things in Tanzania. So one is the support of the local NGO, improvement in sanitation, water and health and hygiene. And next to that, I'm also working for VSO, doing this project on capacity development, which is a goal in many of the placements and projects where VSO volunteers work in.
Teaming up with VSO for Randstad brings opportunities for Randstad people like Frauke to learn and develop themselves, but very much also we can help VSO to develop skills and to get a more standardized way of working and to make not every single assignment an individual thing, but be part of a bigger improvement.
The organisation I'm volunteering with is Tonata People Living with HIV and AIDS Network. What we do is coordinate support groups of people living with HIV and AIDS and try to improve their living conditions. Of course, at home I was working in HR, but here I'm working on a strategic process, I'm working on fundraising, I'm working on PR, so it's so much more than that.
Randstad volunteers definitely come with a lot of other skills and not just human resource related skills. They come in with a lot of skills that they share, organizational development, health, education, and they use those skills within the relationships that we have.
I was looking for a new challenge in my life and this opportunity came along and I took it.
I'm here as an HR development advisor, and my main task is to plan and organize their own work processes here in the current state and the future. You have to do with the things you have here, the lack of resources. A lot of schools have no telephones or even electricity, so it's really hard to collect information here. You have to use your own creativity.
Now we've got the database, all the work is easy and no need for us to do manually anymore. Database is supporting our work very much efficiently.
Hello, Justine.
It's wonderful to have Yelda here with us. That means a continuation of the work that was already started by the other 2 volunteers from Randstad. And I believe by the time her stay comes to an end, we'll be able to have an efficient administration.
Have a safe journey back.
How people change when they have returned is, of course, that they have been exposed to situations where a lot more improvisation and own initiative was required. And people then, of course, have a different way of looking at things and look at the bigger picture and come up with more creative solutions. So that for sure makes people stronger.
Is it okay that way?
One very important thing I've learned is to, on the one hand, be flexible about the way people handle things, but on the other hand, also to be persistent. Yeah.
On a professional level, I learned for myself that even with nothing, you can achieve some things.
A few months after I came back, I had a conversation with my manager, and basically she confirmed what I was already feeling about the experiences I brought back.
When Frauke came back from Africa, she clearly had changed. I think in almost every single way. I could see that she had become a more mature person in the way that she handled the interactions with the teams, the interaction with the different operating companies, the different nationalities. That I definitely attribute to her kind of African experience. She had been through a lot, you could see that, and she came out very successful. Yeah.
I think that volunteers that are coming back are really hugely motivated. They feel connected, but also proud and glad and very happy that Randstad has given them the chance to do this.
And for me, it's also a reason to stay at Randstad, because I find it quite important that the company I work for does have a social responsibility program.
One of the biggest things has happened, of course, is that so far almost 70 people of our own employees have worked somewhere as a volunteer. And that creates a buzz, stories, people that come back, that have gathered new experience, and they share those experiences with their colleagues.
Even when I was in Ethiopia, I had a very big support. So maybe I went alone to Ethiopia, but I was surely not alone there because I had the whole company behind me.
What it means for VSO is that we can work together to make a difference for our local partners in the world. And that is the strength of the Business Partnership Program.
We feel there's a lot more we can do, but the main target has to be more volunteers in more countries.
Support that's provided will continue to give them a head start. They will access education, they will access health, and they get hope. They get to know that there is a better place beyond where they are right now.